Hello and welcome to Greenify. In today's video, I'm going to share 3 rules or 3 tips for your indoor plants. The first one is about finding the perfect space for your indoor plants. If you are unsure where to keep your indoor plants, then you can apply my rule, which I call as a selfie rule. Here you have to find a perfect space in your home or workplace which is full of natural light and where you will get your best selfie, or which is good for photography. Yes, this is the right place for your plants too, because your plants will get bright indirect light or bright filtered light, and of course you will avoid direct sunlight, especially the afternoon sunlight for selfies, and you will also avoid darker spaces because you need to put in artificial light to brighten up the space. The second tip is about watering. While it may sound simple, watering is super critical and super important for your indoor plants. If you are unsure whether you should water the plant or not water the plant, then you can use a simple thumb rule. In fact, it's not the thumb rule, it's an index finger rule. So you take the plant and dig your index finger 1 or 2 inches down in the soil, and if soil doesn't stick, then this is the time for watering. So you take out the pot from the planter and water the plant thoroughly. So we will let the water drain out, and when all the water is gone, then we can put it back in the planter. In the same way, we will check whether this plant needs watering. So we will dig our finger in this plant, and as you can see, the soil is sticking in my finger, so this plant doesn't need watering. If you want to learn more about watering, then we have created a whole video called Watering Habits for Indoor Plants, and you can watch this video later. Third tip is about topping up our plants with nutrients or plant food. When we bring new plants from nursery or garden section, they usually look perfect with lush green leaves, foliage or flowers. And that's because they come with chemical fertilizers or plant growth regulators in them. But after a few months, when this nutrient is used up, they don't look that perfect like this plant. So they have got wrinkled leaves, brown tips, brown leaves. So here we need to top up these plants with nutrients or fertilizers. For fertilizer application, we should always use organic fertilizers like seaweed fertilizer or worm compost or worm tea. And you can also use your homemade fertilizer because they are safe for our nature and for us. Now my preference is liquid fertilizer, liquid organic fertilizer, because I can easily mix that with the water. So I'll use a capful in my watering container, and then we can just apply this water at the base of the plant. Now this fertilizer application is especially important when there is new growth in the plant or new leaves coming in, which is usually during spring or summer month, and when there is most of the growth happening. So just to recap the 3 tips for indoor plants. The first one is the selfie rule for finding the perfect place for your plant. The second rule is the index finger rule for checking the water requirement of the plant. And the third one is topping our plants with nutrients when they are growing. So thank you for listening and stay tuned.